Hello everyone. I hope you are really well. This afternoon, I'm going to be chatting to you about what you can do straight away with research methodology to really increase your student results. Because time after time, one of the common issues that many HSC teachers tell me is that the results aren't there for research methodology, and research methodology is really letting their kids down. So today I'm going to share with you what you can do as you teach research methodology to really make a huge impact on the students' results. Because I know after marking for 16 years, marking the HSC for 16 years, presenting across New South Wales, both professional learning for teachers, but also HSC sessions for students, I continue to see that this is a really big gap with our kids' understanding. I reckon research and our option are the two areas of weakness across New South Wales still, because many teachers are still teaching the content of research methodology in silo. And what I mean by that is teaching the content for like research fundamentals with primary and secondary, bias, sampling, reliability, ethical behaviour, all that content, and then teaching the IRP and not actually bringing it together. And often the kids don't really know what that looks like in terms of a practical sense. So they might see a HSC question and go, okay, I kind of know a little bit about the content, but I don't know how it's actually applied to research. So let me know if your students have shown you this, that they have a disjointed understanding of our content. And as I've mentioned to you before, I see this, and time again, I kind of know what you can do straight away to make this change, make this difference with our kids. So for many teachers across New South Wales, they might do the process really separately. And if you listen to today's podcast episode with Embed, we talk about that for such a long time, for probably like 12, 15 years, many CAFS teachers across New South Wales were teaching it in two separate ways. They might teach the process or have particular lessons assigned to the research process, and then teach the content very, very separately. So often when I would mark the HSC or see students present their information or their understanding of research methodology, I could see those inconsistencies with their understanding. They knew the content, so they had that knowledge, they had a little bit of understanding, but the application wasn't there. And I really think it comes down to the way we teach research methodology and that disjointed approach to our IRP. So what can you do differently? What can you really shape and change the way you actually present research methodology content? Now, as I mentioned, back in the day, many of us would have the syllabus, we would have the textbook, we would have maybe a booklet to help the kids learn the content, and then we would move on to the IRP. Now, I know there's still some of you across New South Wales doing this. And if you've followed me along for a little while, you would know that I share all of these resources and templates and strategies inside Strategic Approaches to the IRP, which is my signature course, my first course, which supported over 300 teachers across New South Wales to successfully facilitate the IRP. And inside of that container, inside of that course package, I show you guys ways that you can actually improve our kids' understanding of research, because they still have a very surface level understanding of research methodology without actually seeing that clear application of the content. So if there's a HSC style question that's worth maybe 8 marks, those higher order questions, the kids are still only getting 4s and 5s because they can't see that connection between the content and then the actual product, the process that comes with the research. So what you can do step by step and inside strategic approach to the IRP, I show you how to do this. So the very first point, when you talk about purpose of research, you actually talk to the kids about, okay, what's our purpose of our IRP? Why are we doing this? It might be, and I use the acronym AEIOU. Some of my Year 12s helped me come up with that a couple of years ago. So looking at advancing knowledge, increasing or enhancing their understanding, applying the content, looking at is it like prove it? So is it a hypothesis or a question? But also that really good application of those research topics. That's why researchers do what they do, to increase the community's understanding about certain issues. So when we teach that very first dot point about purpose, we actually talk to the kids about, okay, this is why we're doing our research for our IRP. This is why researchers do research. So bringing those two things together rather than being very disjointed. When you might get up to something like reliability and validity, showing the kids, okay, not just on paper what reliability and validity means, but actually in practice, in research, in real life, when we actually do, when researchers do their own research. But then again, when we do our IRP, when we facilitate the IRP successfully with our CAFS crew, we can actually do that at that time. So the kids are really applying their understanding of research as they go, rather than them just reading stuff from a textbook or online or looking at research articles. They are actually putting each of these ideas into practice. It's bringing the content to life. And as I mentioned, there's still many of us having that disjointed approach to research methodology. So having, having that content and then the process and the product as a result of that process, but bringing it all together and bringing it to life. So really embedding those research methods as we do the product, as we do the process of research to come up with our IRP. So I know concepts like reliability, validity, bias are often very difficult for our kids to understand. But as soon as we bring it to life through our research product, through our IRP, the kids really have a good understanding of this content. Honestly, like things like reliability, validity, and especially sampling, our kids still don't really know. They know at a surface level, but once we actually do it with them and we show them through our content and through the process of research, they have a really good understanding of what that looks like. So inside strategic approaches to the IRP, I provide lots of opportunities for you to get access to activities to bring that to life. And I provide mapping documents and different things inside the course to help you actually apply that content. So rather than kind of just going, okay, this is what you should do, I provide you with templates and resources and strategies to actually start to make a shift with what we do with research methodology. Because still across New South Wales, I see a very disjointed approach to research methodology because people are still stuck in the way. They teach the content, so they teach that first page of the syllabus, and then they kind of teach by applying, yes, that second part, but the kids can't see that connection between this is the content I've learnt and this is the process that I'm undertaking for research. So please let me know if you have any questions around what this might look like in your class. And look, it does take a bit of extra effort to think about out loud and really strategically. That's why it's called strategic approaches to the IRP, to think about what you're going to be teaching the kids and how you're going to teach it. But I take the guesswork out of that by providing you with strategies and resources to really help you improve what you do. So if you would like to join close to 300 teachers across New South Wales to finally successfully facilitate this IRP with all the strategies and templates and activities and resources to help you. Strategic Approaches to the IRP is my self-paced course to help CAFS teachers do that without the overwhelm, without stressing out about this approach. Now, I know that there's a lot of reluctance for some schools to do it like this, but rest assured the students aren't being marked as a group. They're not getting a group mark, they're getting an individual mark because they're submitting sections that you assign to them that are linked to the syllabus, linked to the outcomes, as I mentioned yesterday, that had that big picture understanding, but also really get the kids to apply their content rather than just rote learn things. And often they have that misconception or disjointed understanding of the content. So if you'd like to join us, doors are now open to strategic approaches to the IRP. If you would love to join us, head over to learnnet.com/IRP. And if you have any questions about what the course involves, it is self-paced. You can dabble in a few little things. You can take some strategies from one module to the next. You can download some of the resources and the templates. You might just focus on how you're going to embed research methodology, that particular module. Or you might like to see what an assessment task looks like in a teacher-facilitated IRP. That is all there for you, as well as the judgments and everything you need to help the kids. There is a big section on revision and what you can do to really improve the kids' understanding of research. Obviously with past questions, brand new questions for you. So lots of different things that is literally mapped out inside this course. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to answer them. Doors close next Wednesday for the IRP course, and you can join over 300 teachers inside this particular course to help you just navigate research methodology a lot more efficiently, get the kids to really know the process of research by actually applying their understanding and their skills. And obviously that product is completely different. It's not just that big bound kind of document, 3,000 words later. It is making your life a lot easier by reducing your marking significantly, but also, hey Jen, also making a really big difference to the energy that the kids put into it, really protecting them, because they are so overwhelmed by so many other assessment tasks, especially at that time of the year. And if you're doing it in term 4, it just eases them into the HSC course a little bit. And if you'd like to join Jen and 297 other CAFS teachers across New South Wales, would love to have you on board. So thanks so much. Tomorrow I am hosting our free webinar on how to improve the product, the process, how to really embed research methodology more effectively. And if you'd like to join us, just head to thelearnnet.com/IRP webinar to sign up. Can't wait to see you guys there and to answer any questions you do have about this teacher facilitated IRP. Thanks so much.